Hello everyone. The human-canine bond is a strong one. Through the ages, human beings have felt attached to their furry friends, and the feeling has been a reciprocal one. Unfortunately, however, animals, especially dogs, do not always get the attention and the love they deserve all the time. In countries, especially developing countries, this can be a bigger problem because human beings may subject animals to cruelty. There are, however, some people who try to stop that and to help animals. A few days back, I was just talking to a friend and I expressed my wish to have a shelter or some sort of support for dogs, especially the stray dogs in the streets in this part of the world, in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa in Pakistan. And I was told that there actually is someone who has taken up this idea and worked on it. So I searched on Google and I was lucky to find that person. Madam Zeba Masood is that person, and I tried to contact her, and thankfully she agreed to have me visit the place and talk to her. So I'm here today, and I'm going to ask her a few questions as to how she came up with this idea and how did it work for her. Thank you very much, madam. Please tell us about yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Zeba Masood, and I'm originally, of course, my family is from KPK, and but I have grown up most of my life either in the different parts of the country here in Pakistan, and I've been away for the last 40 years in the US, where I've had my children and grandchildren. The reason I'm back here right now is because my mother is not well. She has Alzheimer's and I wanted to spend time with her. And so it's been almost 5 years now. And, I used to visit a lot during my time in the US, but I couldn't, and I used to see all the stray population, but I couldn't do anything because I had to go back.
Yes.
But now that I'm here and I'm spending time with my parents and all, I took the initiative. And so we've been working very hard, and it's been almost 5 years since we've had the shelter, and we've got over 200 plus animals.
Yes.
And it's quite a stressful situation because we go through a lot of heartbreaks because we see a lot of injured, abused, abandoned. Nobody wants to adopt them. People really don't care, and especially for dogs in this culture. So
when exactly did you decide to do it yourself?
Well, I actually, my father had a college, and there was a little bit of land there.
Yes.
And I started feeding these dogs that were there,
Right.
And so then I asked my father if he can give me that piece of land that was just extra, if I can use it. If I can use it for the animals, and he said yes, I can. And that's how we started. I was actually feeding the dogs from the trunk of my car, and slowly but surely I got friends and family involved, and we made our first kennel, and we started feeding more and more, and people came to know about us, and they started bringing animals to us. We started rescuing more, and it started from there, and now it's mushroomed into this.
What were some of the challenges you faced when you started this great work?
A lot of challenges. A lot of people were against it. Even my own family, they said, why this? Why can't you do something else? And I said, I don't need to, because I'm here to spend time with my mother, but this is something that is of importance because the innocent and the voiceless need a lot of help.
Yes.
Humans can still get help from NGOs and all that, but these people, there's nothing for them in this province of 35 million people.
Yes.
And we do have to eradicate rabies, and we have to spay neuter them, because otherwise they are multiplying like crazy.
Yes.
And they are being hurt, abused, they are coming under vehicles, and you see so many of them lying here and there with crushed hind legs and crushed. I have a girl inside who we don't know what to do with because both her legs are crushed, and each doctor is asking me for a lakh 50.
I
to
think
fix
this
her.
is a unique problem here in Pakistan because there are many abandoned dogs, many stray dogs elsewhere.
And cats.
Yeah, elsewhere it
And
may not be.
there's animal cruelty in every sector, whether it's the donkeys, whether it's the horses, whether it's the dogs, cats. It's
Very
just not right.
unfortunate.
We need to have more awareness, create
Yes.
more awareness.
So what kind of work do you do currently?
So what we're doing is that we've done almost more than 600 spayings and neuterings.
Wow, that's
and
great work.
We have vaccinated over 1,000 animals.
Yes.
And that is what our mission is:
Right.
spay, neuter, and vaccinate.
Yes.
So our job is to convince everybody to spay, neuter their pets, spay, neuter all the strays. That's what we do. We take all the strays, and the first thing we do is we vaccinate them, spay, neuter them, rehabilitate
Who does that
them.
work? You have a vet or?
Yes, we have a clinic and we have doctors,
All
we have
right.
surgeons,
Very good.
who do all that.
Okay, all right. And what kind of support have you received so far?
I started by, spending my own money and my family, my father, brother. Slowly I got more family involved, and then of course people came to know, friends,
I
and that's
personally think the effort that you have put in it already and in your individual capacity is more than one could expect. So I think now it would be for the rest of the people, for other people to take it upon themselves to provide their support, whether it's in terms of money or in any other way, to let this project be a success. Because obviously I can see you are doing everything that you can in your capacity.
We actually need the government to be involved
Yes.
because this needs to be done on a very big scale, but
course.
they are not giving it importance, and I guess they have a lot of other issues.
Awareness,
Yes.
if people
if
need to
they
be
want
aware.
to, they can do it, but they don't want to. They're
Yes.
not interested. But I feel that if they are not doing it, we shouldn't leave it to them.
Yes.
The community should get up and get
Yes.
involved, because after all, this affects the community. So it affects our neighborhoods, it affects our streets, it affects all the humans, the children playing on the streets or the old man walking down the street. You
Yes.
don't want them to be bitten by a stray dog
Yes.
or who's not vaccinated. So all these things, the community should get together. In the
Yes.
outside world, in the Western world, when
Yes.
you see, it's basically community members of their own community who have got together and opened shelters, and they are voluntarily, I've seen old women of 70, 80, and they're volunteering their time, and they come up with funding, and they do it all on their own. They don't expect the government to do it,
Yes.
But of course there's no concept of giving back to the community
Yes.
here, or
I think that's what we lack
Yes,
mainly.
yes. So
Everybody thinks
I
about
beg
themselves.
people, and I keep telling them, look, just do the 1 or 2 strays that are in your neighborhood,
Yes.
in your lane.
Yes.
Collect the funds from your neighbors,
Yes.
and just spay, neuter that, and vaccinate that dog so that it can live peacefully, and you can all give it food, whatever, and water.
Yes.
It will take care of your lane. It's going to be there, so you might as well make it safe,
Yes.
So, but it's hard to explain that
And
to people.
earlier you mentioned that there were some problem from the local community.
A lot, yes,
Yeah.
a lot. We actually, where we were before.
So this wasn't the place initially?
No, we started in town,
Oh, right.
and the people didn't want us there, and they did their best to get us out of there. And finally, we did leave because we didn't want to be harassed. We had bullets thrown, we
Oh.
had bricks thrown, we had people like jirgas coming,
That indicates
I had
the
to
kind
deal
of
with those
resistance
people.
and
Yeah, so it's
lack
been,
of awareness.
It's been tough. Sadly, the right concept of the religion is not taught to the people.
I think it has to do with lack of awareness.
Yes.
So that is, I think, to blame.
That comes with the education.
That comes with education, and I think it's one reason I wanted to make this video is that also for people to know about this, that dogs are also animals and creatures of God.
You don't have to love them, you don't have to keep them, you don't have to go near them, but at least
Don't beat
be
them,
cruel.
don't
Don't
beat
be
them,
cruel,
don't starve
no.
them, don't strangulate them. Thank you very much for talking to us, madam. So they have many kennels or dog houses here, and I asked them how they group dogs together. And they told me something interesting. They said that dogs, when they meet together, they either become friends or not friends. And those that become friends are then placed inside one dog house, which I think is a pretty good idea. And those are the rooms for staff accommodation. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Please don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. Support Lucky Animal Protection Shelter in whatever way possible. Thank you.